Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I like all things modular, and these kind of qualify in some ways. What we're going to be looking at today, as promised in the recent loot reveal video, are some different blowguns, and seeing how well they work. And I say that they're modular because they can take a wide variety of ammunition, which most Nerf darts can, but these ones inherently can take half darts, full darts, usually any kind of darts. We will see how well they actually work. I was recently sent the worker one, which of course being worker, they made it all nifty and fancy, and I really like a lot of their work. Some things are just too neat when you take the time to make them right. It has a very nice, as you can see, it's a nice clear blue. It looks like it has rifling, but I think that is just decoration. It doesn't look like there's actually any grooves on the inside. Has a very nice embouchure, and then has a dart holder and sling mount. The fact that they put a sling mount on a blowgun just makes me so happy. And it holds 7 darts, which is an odd number. And I have assumed that they designed it for half darts in mind, so that's what I've put in here, though I will be trying a variety of different darts because some of them worked and some of them didn't work, and I was kind of surprised which ones did and which ones didn't. So we will be going over all of that to give you guys an idea. And then it actually has a 3D printed sight and orange barrel cap, which is something we've kind of been pushing them for, is, give us the orange for safety reasons. And they did it on a blowgun of all things. And then just a lot of neat little detail that just really makes it that much cooler. And we will be comparing it, of course, against the Buzzbee Blow Blaster, which I picked up when Kmart was going out of sale. This is one of the few things they had left. Everything else had been looted. And it has a larger embouchure, and also has a barrel cap, though it doesn't really do anything. But it does have the squishy hand grip, which is nice, and then it has a dart holder, but this one only holds 6. It is a larger barrel, so that will have some effect. It probably means it'll be able to fire more types of ammo, but probably won't fire them as well, though there may be some that it fires much better. We will see. We then have this one that I picked up at, I believe, probably a Goodwill at some point, and it has just been sitting in a bin ever since. It has a very similar, if not identical, embouchure to the Buzzbee one. It also has a 5 dart holder, so we lose 1 with each one. It does have the squishy grip. It does have the muzzle brake looking thing, which is of course ridiculous. But this is the part that surprised me, is that it comes with regular sized dart holders, but this thing is quite clearly chambered in Mega, which is, I think, really cool, because it means I get to test Mega darts out of a blowgun, including the new AccuFake ones, and that ought to be kind of interesting. I'm also interested to see how well it fires regular darts. You can load them from the rear as long as you're not using the large-headed ones. Regular ones you can rear load, which is nice. You can't do that on the Buzzbee one. You can do that on the worker one. So there's some advantages and disadvantages right there. And then the final one, of course, we'll be testing against my modular blowgun, which is obviously much, much longer, and that's going to have an interesting, different effect. So after filming this video originally, which I didn't remember how long ago I filmed it, I realized that I was missing one very important blowgun from the list, and that I needed to acquire it, and then I did acquire it, and then I forgot about the video entirely. And that is, of course, the official Nerf one. This is the Nerf Zombie Strike blowgun. It has a similar barrel diameter to the worker one. It's fairly tight, but not too bad. It also has the issue of you can't rear load it, but it also means you can't, accidentally suck the dart into your mouth and choke to death, which is probably why they did that. It has a lot more hardware than any of the other ones. It's got this whole tool sling mount option. It's got what I think is supposed to resemble iron sights. It's got the grip with the faux wrap that they just love doing, the Zombie Strike logo. So I like that it's got sling mounts. The fact that it's got dual sling mounts is perhaps a little bit much, but I like that. And we're going to see how well it performs. It is considerably shorter than the worker one and the other ones as well. But we're going to see how it performs. And then last but not least, I decided to just try a long length of 9/16 brass, which is one size up from the actual tight fit on darts. And it's 27 inches. I don't know if there's a better length, but this is what I had sitting around, so I'm going to try it. It has been crimped on the backside, so it hopefully won't vacuum load all the way. Yeah, I don't think it will. Anyway, we're going to give all of these a try. These ones I filmed previously, so this is going to be an addendum to adding these in as well. And then we'll give it a discussion at the end. But it should be a lot of fun testing these things out. I'm going to be shooting at my dart net at a range of about 60 feet. If I can hit a man-sized target at 60 feet, I consider that war primary worthy. If that proves too easy, we'll move it further back and see what I can hit from there. So let's go to the range. Alright, we're here in the alley behind my house, and we have my BenO dart types, which has pretty much every major type of dart and a few obscure ones. Doesn't have quite everything, obviously, but close enough. We're going to see what works and what doesn't work. I am being menaced by a pack of vicious hounds who believe that I am a hobo and are trying to drive me from the alley. Try to get some stuff filmed before they start up again. Okay, we are shooting at a range of 60 feet, starting with the worker blowgun firing worker half darts. Well, not too bad. Let's try some other ammo types. Or try some other half darts, the orange squishy headed ones. Those actually seem to fly a bit better. We're gonna try the full size squishy headed dome darts. Nailed it. 2 in a row. Gonna try whatever these are. Oh, no good. Dogs are back. We're gonna try this one. FEJ. FEJs are too tight. Let's try just an irregular elite. Huh. We'll try a Z head. Yeah, I know these aren't focusing well. Waffle head. This flew a little better. Buzzbee accurate ones. No, focus. Focus! It's not gonna focus. Super darts? Bowberries. Let's try an elite suction cup dart. And last but not least, AccuFakes. They live up to the name. They never let me down. Nice. Okay, that's just about... Oh, one more. For fun and excitement. Let's try a boom crow. Nope, too small. Not getting enough seal. But about the same range, just... I feel they could go a lot faster if you had a blowgun that was in the right... It was chambered form. So, you might try that. Alright, let's go take a look at the results from the worker. Let's see, we have one coming short. This one bounced off the net. So did this one. They're all getting at least the 60-foot range. The half darts were dropping pretty much right on the ground here. Nothing was going too much farther. I was firing pretty much flat. So the different ranges aren't arced. You could get a lot more range if you arced them. But you lose a lot of your accuracy in an arc shot. What I did notice is the lighter darts had no accuracy. The ones that often get really good FPS and fly straight out of springers were having the really erratic flight patterns out of this, whereas the heavier ones were firing really well. So the worker half darts with their heavy rubber heads and the rubber dome tip ones and the AccuFakes fired by far the best. The most range I was getting was out of those. So here we have the short, the half dart rubber dome heads. They flew arguably the best. The elite actually flew really far, but had a slightly erratic pattern. So I'm thoroughly pleased and impressed. Let's go try something else. One dart type you may have noticed I omitted was the men gun, and that's because for whatever reason, they don't work at all. They just jam, and you actually have to use a ramrod to clear it. So I opted not to do that again because it's a pain. All right, up next we have the Blow Blaster from Buzzbee, firing, of course, its original darts. But unfortunately, it's barrel loaded, which is a little bit more cumbersome. Oh. We're not getting anywhere near the range. Interesting. Let's try some other dart types. Let's try a worker half dart. Oh, that larger barrel diameter is just killing us. Let's try some lighter darts. I think that was worse. Try a super dart. No. Elite. Definitely not. Alright, I got one more interesting dart type to try in here, and we'll see if it'll even work. I don't think it's gonna. No. I was gonna try some old school Mega since this is a little bit bigger, but it's not that much bigger. So, yeah, this one, the barrel size is too large, and you're just not getting any range. Let's go just take a quick peek. Yeah, all the darts are dropping right here around 43, which is just a little short. And then the worker half dart made it as far as 52. So, yeah, don't recommend that one, at least not over the worker one. Okay, up next, we're going to be trying my modular one, which is much longer and a little bit smaller diameter. We'll see how well it performs, starting with a worker half dart. Now a dome tip half dart. We're definitely out shooting both of those. Buzzbee accurate. A little bit shorter. Let's try a Z-tip. Let's try an elite. Fishtailed, but still went straight. Alright, AccuStrike. AccuFake. Yeah, love them. Live up to their name. Elite Suction Cup. Oh, no, that one caught on the inside. Let's see if a waffle head has the same problem. Nope. Will these fit an old school Mega? No. Let's try an FEJ. Oh, that one had the most range, I think. Let's try a Vowberry. Yeah, arcing it even a little bit. It's going by far the farthest. Probably the long barrel has something to do with that. So the shortest was the suction cup that caught in the barrel and still managed to go 35 feet. This was the next shortest. Couple coming in here at 60, and I think one actually did go in. The accurate one. And then we started getting some serious range. We're coming in here at 72, 77, 78, and all the way out here at 91 with the Vowberry. So yeah, for range, a homemade one. I mean, you probably want to tinker with the length a little bit here and there. I might not have it completely optimal. It is a little bit loose, so you might actually get even more if you had a tighter fit. But that long barrel works. All right, and last but not least, we have this strange red one chambered in Mega. We're gonna try it with regular darts first to see. We'll start with a worker half dart. Nary so much. And an elite? Nope. Let's try a Boomco sticky. Not so much. Alright. We'll go to the Mega now. Actually, first, this one will fit the old school Mega dart, so we're going to try one of them. Well, a little bit better. Alright, let's try modern Mega and see if we can get some range out of this thing. We got some whistle. A little bit more range. Let's try a Boomco Mega. Not so much. Lytic Mega. And finally, Mega Acufake. They really do live up to their name, but still not getting any power. Alright, let's take a look. So regular darts were laughable. I can throw darts farther than that thing fired them. At 14 feet. I don't even know where the elite one went. The old school Mega is coming in at 25 and almost 29. Lytic Mega came in at 35. Others coming in right here around 45. And we had one that I managed to get all the way out here to 55. Needless to say, I am not impressed. Alright, as I said, this is being edited in much, much later, so if everything looks different, that's why. We're going to be testing the Nerf Blowgun with a variety of ammo types from my collection of random ammo types. We're going to start with just elites. Ooh, interesting. Alright, let's try an FVJ. Well, that was a little bit straighter. Let's try a Vowberry. Ooh. Let's try a Buzzbee accurate. Not as far, it didn't feel like, but straight. Let's try an Acufake. Still lives up to the name. Let's try Orange Dome Tip. Oh, alright. Let's try a good old Waffle Head. Not nearly as much range. Let's try Super Dart. Interesting. Weird flight pattern, but still kind of went where I wanted it to. Let's go with, I think this is X-Shot. Alright, let's try some half darts. We'll start with a Worker Gen 2. Let's try one of the dome-headed half darts. Oh, that one quite nice. Let's try a Koosh. Alright, not bad. Not too shabby. So I was firing flat and aiming for the net, so they aren't arced, so that's going to cut down on range. Most of them were coming in fairly close. They were falling a little short. I wasn't aiming quite high enough. I don't think I actually got anything in the net. But they're all coming in here at the 60s. A couple that went over. We got some here at 70. A couple that flew weird. That dome half dart came all the way out to 82 flat, which is kind of impressive. All right, now we're just gonna try a 27-inch section of brass and see how it does. Starting with a stock elite dart. Well, that went sideways. Let's try the FVJ. Vowberry. Well, the wind has picked up, but I don't think that is enough to explain the erratic flight pattern. I think I'm getting too much power. Definitely getting a lot more power. All right, let's try some that are designed for accuracy. We'll try the Buzzbee accurate. Ah, there we go. Let's try the dome tip. Ha! In the net. All right, let's try a super dart. Oh, Not enough mass. Koosh. Now good. Waffle head. That one went straighter. AccuFake. Beautiful. Alright, half darts. Let's try a Gen 3 worker. Much straighter. Alright. Dome tip half dart. Interesting. Very interesting. So the brass has a lot of power. Too much power for a lot of darts. Those went all over the place. Let's go see if I can find any of them. The only one that got in the net was the orange and black dome tip. And again, I was firing fairly flat, so some of them went under, some of them went over. There's the FEJ. There's the worker, or Buzzbee. Alright then, let's go try to recap from 2 sets of videos at different times. Thought it'd be fun. Alright, well that was actually kind of fun. So the worker one actually works really, really well with most ammo types. It favors the heavier ammo types. So the more solid rubber head ones, the dome tips, the AccuStrike, AccuFake, FEJs, and obviously the Light-Take half darts fire the best. The really light-headed darts, the off-brand ones, the super darts, the zombie, the Z-Strike heads, waffle tips, those don't work nearly as well. They end up with a more erratic flight pattern just because I assume they don't have the mass to deal with it. And unfortunately, Men Gun, which I was really expecting to do really well, don't work at all. They just jam. The Buzzbee one is unfortunately too loose. Just about nothing worked nearly as well. Again, the heavier stuff seemed to work a little bit better, but nothing worked particularly well. The barrel diameter is just too large to really get a good seal around the dart, and you end up just wasting most of the air. And this one was just a tragedy. You can't fire regular darts at all, and the megas were subpar. You're getting you're getting less than stock performance, so that one not so much. And then my modular one, having the really long barrel, of course worked best of all. It's getting the longest ranges, and it also favors the heavier darts, the dome tips and the AccuStrikes and those kinds. Definitely work the best. And AccuFakes, they live up to their name. They really do fly straight. So I am a big fan of those, and I am a big fan of the rubber dome tip, especially since they come in my colors. Some of them do. Alright, well, again, trying to pick up where I left off in the previous video. The Nerf one actually works pretty good. The dart seal is actually very, very good. It doesn't have as nice of an embouchure, I would say, because it's not actually flared. So it's a little bit harder to get a really good seal. But I like the extra hardware. The length could probably would probably benefit from being a little bit longer. But they probably did that to reduce power, honestly, because it's Hasbro. The brass one, just 9/16 inch brass was having so much power that the lighter darts, the non-accurate, non-worker darts or the non-AccuFakes or anything that wasn't really optimized for accuracy were just going complete sideways. There was just too much power. I probably needed a longer barrel, quite frankly, with the amount of power I was putting behind them. So that's actually really neat. The downside is definitely not as safe to just run around with a piece of brass. But if you could come up with some kind of a tip like they have on the worker one to not have sharp brass at the end, and if you could come up with some kind of an embouchure, maybe even like a trumpet mouthpiece or maybe tuba or something in order to make it a little bit safer. This one has a lot of power and is very accurate, and is, I don't know if it's the cheapest, but I can get 3-foot brass for about $12, so if I had the full length, it would have been interesting to see what would happen. Or you could embed it into PVC or something and really try to make it safe. If you put it in something like that, you could definitely make this not quite so terrifying to just be running around with loose brass, because if somebody ran into you while you had this up against your mouth, that would be really, really bad, both in having this rammed into your lips and teeth, and then, you know, core sampling somebody. So definitely need to, if you want to just run straight 9/16 inch brass, add some hardware to make it safe. But other than that, I really, really like the worker one. And I actually kind of want to run it on in an upcoming event. I picked up a piece of tactical gear. Oh, there it is. I picked up a couple of these specifically for this and for other uses. And it's kind of a, you know, extendable sling mount. Kind of like the heavy one that I carry on my plate carrier for ire or whatever my primary blaster is. This one would be good for something lighter. I plan to carry it both for strifes, so that I could just, when I pull my secondaries, have them on these, so that, you know, at arm's length they're, you know, not having any tension on it, and in the holster it doesn't have any tension on it, but I can then just let go of them and let them fall. But definitely would work well for the slings that have the sling mount. Is you could just have this hanging at your side and then just pull it up and have that long range, quick snapshot kind of thing. So yeah, these, I don't remember which side I got them on. NF Strike. I think I got them from NF Strike. If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, neat little single point sling. I believe this will fit into Molly. I hope it'll fit into Molly. It does look a little wide. I need some Molly. No worries, it fits great. So yeah, neat little extendable slings. Great for secondaries as well as blowguns. So I definitely want to try this one. I wish they made it in either clear orange or smoky black, but I haven't seen one. I should probably check and see, because I usually start with blue and then come out with the other colors. Because I'd love to get one that was more in my colors. Alternatively, I could paint this one, but I don't want to. I didn't do anything with FPS because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get consistent enough air pressure to really get useful readings. That is the thing about the blowguns, is the performance is going to vary wildly from person to person. Unlike a blaster, where it's pretty much going to be the same no matter who's firing it, these are going to depend a great deal on who's firing it, based on your technique, on your lung capacity, on your size. All those sorts of things are going to have a huge effect on how actually effective these are. But they should work well enough for most adults. Well, there you have it. There's my take on blowguns. Now, naturally, I have not tested every possible material or every possible length. So those of you that are really into blowguns, let me know what material you find has worked the best and what length you have found worked the best, because I haven't tried various forms of PETG or all the different sizes of CPVC or PVC or ABS or PEX or whatever. Let me know what you guys use down in the comments so that I can optimize, and thank you guys for watching.